Namaste, student name. I will discuss about the vitamin K. That is also
नमस्ते बच्चों, खुश रहिए आप लोग। माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर शिल्पश्री शाह, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर ऑफ ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी. Today we will learn about a condition of respiratory system, that is asthma. So first of all we have to know what is asthma. Okay, before that I will tell that I have already discussed that what is the difference between obstructive and restrictive disease, right? So this is asthma is one of the kind of obstructive lung disorder. So asthma is a chronic disorder of the airway. Okay, so the chronic inflammation causes increase in airway hyperresponsiveness. Now hyperresponsiveness, okay, response due to any stimulus, like suppose pinching. Okay, if you pinch someone, what will happen? The another person will take of his or her hand, and this is his or her natural response. But if the person will take of his or her hand before you pinch, that is hyperresponsiveness. Okay, this is a hyperresponsive action. So in case of airway also, if the inhaled particle enter the airway, okay, the bronchial airway will respond hyper. What is its response? It is inflammation of the airway, and hyperresponse is the recurrent inflammation of the airway or recurrent episodes of wheezing, breathlessness, chest tightness or cough, particularly at night or in the morning. Okay, now incidence rate. Okay, the asthma affects estimated 25 lakhs of Indians every year, and by 2016 it reaches the spike. Okay, so among adult women have 30% greater prevalence of asthma in than men. Okay, now we have to understand about the pathophysiology. What is the pathophysiology? Asthma trigger, like any stimulant affect your condition, like any foreign particle enters the airway. What will happen to that? Inflammation of the airway and edema will occur. Okay, then due to that mucus will overproduce. Okay, due to as the mucous membrane or mucous gland will hyperreactive, or it will increase in size and number, the mucus will overproduce, and because of that spasm of smooth muscles of the bronchi and bronchiole, and decrease the caliber of the airway. Caliber means the easiness, the ace of the bronchial wall to inhale and exhale during. Okay, so this is the pathophysiology. Now how the triggering factor affect it, or what are the triggering factors that can affect the condition? Like allergy in inhalation, air pollution like exhaust fumes, perfumes, okay, oxidant, cigarette smoker, viral upper respiratory infection, sinusitis, exercise and cold dry air. Okay, then stress, drugs, occupational hazard. These are the triggering factor. That means triggering means that can cause the development of the disease. Okay, this is the triggering factor. Now there are various type of asthma, like allergic asthma, non-allergic asthma, mixed asthma, cough variant asthma. Okay, so first one is allergic asthma. It is extrinsic asthma. Okay, when symptoms are induced by hyperimmune response to the inhalation of specific allergen, this is called allergic asthma. That is type 1 or hypersensitivity reaction is the basis of immunoglobulin E. Then non-allergic asthma or intrinsic asthma. This type of asthma is triggered by the presence of irritants in the air that are not related to allergies. Okay, that are not non-allergic asthma. The irritants stimulate parasympathetic nerve fiber in the airway, causing bronchoconstriction and inflammation. Next, mixed asthma. Mixed asthma is the combination of both allergic and non-allergic asthma. This is the most common form of asthma. Mixed asthma, intrinsic and extrinsic. Then cough variant asthma. This does not have classic symptoms of asthma attack such as wheezing or shortness of breath. Instead, it is characterized by symptom of persistent dry cough. Okay, so if you have questions like what are the types of asthma, you can categorize as different asthmatic type. Okay, then another one is exercise induced asthma. What is that? It affects the person after or during the physical activity. Then nocturnal asthma, it is characterized by symptoms get worsen at night. When the nocturnal term is comes anywhere, that means during night. Okay, so nocturnal asthma is gets worsen at night. Those who suffer from nocturnal asthma can also experience symptoms at daytime. Then occupational asthma is induced by trigger that exists in person's workplace. That means the person will feel the symptom or feel the symptoms mainly during their workplace. That means something is there in the workplace or some particles that can induce the asthma. Okay, that is occupational asthma. Now you are able to describe different form of asthma, right? Now clinical manifestation. What are the clinical manifestation include? Dyspnea, wheezing, cough. Okay, the episodes of asthma usually begins with child feeling irritable and increasing restlessness, nocturnal cough, breathlessness. Asthmatic child may complain headache, feeling tired or chest tightness. Okay, these are the signs and symptoms. Then abnormal pain rarely occurs due to overworking or expiratory abdominal working of expiratory abdominal muscles. Okay, then chest pain is present also. Other comorbid conditions like allergic rhinitis, sinusitis, serous otitis media, then eczema, etc. Shortness of breath, prolonged expiration, wheezy chest, cyanosed nail bed, dark red color lip that may progress by time to blue. Okay, so these are the sign and symptoms. The patient may feel wheezing, the patient may feel cough, the patient may be combination of allergic rhinitis, sinusitis, etc. Chest pain may present. Okay, the colors of skin will get into bluish. Okay, so this is these are the main sign and symptom. Okay, and you have to remember that the patients will have the history of like the patient will complain he or she getting asthmatic during workplace activity, or he or she may have any pet in his home. Okay, due to their feather they can develop also asthma. Okay, then diagnosis. What are the diagnosis? First one, physical examination. We have to examine the condition like dyspnea, expiratory wheeze, accessory muscles movement. Okay, difficulty in feeding, talking, getting to sleep, irritability during cough. Okay, then eczema, allergic rhinitis, etc. These are the diagnostic tests. Others are available: pulmonary function test, chest X-ray. Though chest X-ray is not needed to diagnose asthma, but it is needed only when the diagnosis is not clear in complication. Okay. Now medication. What is the medication available? As we know, inhaled corticosteroid is the main medication for asthmatic patient. Okay, so various medication existed that may control the asthma by reducing inflammation of the airway and bronchial constriction. These medications are administered orally via aerosol or inhaler. Pharmacologic management includes standard asthma therapies such as inhaled corticosteroid, long-acting beta-2 agonist combination of this drug. Okay, then long-acting muscarinic agonist, etc. Then short-acting beta-2 agonist, quick-acting or rescue medicine. Okay, there are short-acting and long-acting, quick-acting. Okay, so these drugs are used best to treat sudden and severe or new asthma symptoms of the patient as they open the airway and relieve symptoms within 20 minutes and last 4 to 6 hours. Okay, but in long-acting beta-2 agonists, these drugs are not used for a quick relief or treatment. Okay, instead they can use controlled symptom and last for at least 12 hours. Okay, so these are all about asthma we have learned today. Okay, in pulmonary rehabilitation that we can use various techniques, various technique to improve the condition of dyspnea, improve the symptoms, or clearing the chest, etc. Okay, so what we have learned today about asthma. So definition of asthma, what are the signs and symptoms of asthma, what are the risk factor of asthma, what are the types of asthma, different various types, there are various types of asthma, right? We have learned. So there are various types of asthma. Then what are the conditions that can develop the condition that is asthma, that what are the principle of treatment, or that what is the treatment option available for asthmatic patient. Okay, so this is all about today's class. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you. खुश रहिए आप लोग.